For this video, I'm using the Dell Inspiron 23. I want to go over briefly the specs for this. Go to all settings over here on the right, bottom right, then system, and then about. So here are the specs. Got 16 gigabytes of RAM, and I'm using Windows 10 Home, and it is a desktop, not a laptop. Now, prior to Windows 8, when I would have issues with my PC, all I would do is shut down and then turn it back on. Usually that would fix it. Sometimes the processes weren't responding. For example, I would click up a browser and it would take a while, wouldn't respond right away. And after a while I got a little frustrated, so I would just go ahead and shut down. Or in some cases, if that didn't work, I would restart. Now, after Windows 8, it's a little bit different. Before, when you would shut down, all the processes would be killed, or turned off. And then when you start your computer, hit the power button, then you start over again. Now, after Windows 8, though, you power down, and what happens to the computer, it simply goes into a deep hibernation. So the processes wouldn't really turn off. So when you turned it back on, turned the power on, if you had an issue before, you still have that particular issue. Whereas with a restart, everything is turned off and restarts. So that's what I do now. If I'm having an issue, I simply restart it, and it seems to fix it. If it's a minor issue, of course, if you got a virus or something like that, that's different. But just you're having trouble with the PC or Windows or certain processes not responding, that's what I would do. Now, I found out recently that there's a way you can fix that where you're not having to restart every time. You click on the power button, and then all of a sudden you have to deal with issues. The computer not responding to certain programs or processes not responding. So I would click on the restart. But now, you can fix that by simply going to the power options here and click on power. So when you're finished with your day and you want to turn off the computer, power it off, hold the shift button down and click on shutdown. So shift and shut down at the same time. And you'll find out, number one, that it turns off quicker than before. Before, if you just do a regular shutdown, it'll take a while, and then it shuts down. But again, some of the processes stay on. It's not a complete shutdown. So you can do that. I found out you can click the shift button or key on your keyboard and then shut down. Now you can do a regular restart if you want, but this way you're set. Now, another thing you can do is I'm going to hit on the right bottom over here and go to all settings and go to system and power and sleep, and then additional power setting. This one right here on the right here. Click on that. And you want to get this screen right here. That's one way to get to it. Before I do what I'm going to do here, let me show you another way using the control panel. So one way to do that is just type in control, and then you see it there. And you can click on it and get to it, or you can just come down here where you see power and options and click on that. And it takes you to the same place. So let me do this. Now I have the control panel here. I have a shortcut. You can go to System. Okay, so we get back to the same place. Digital power settings. Either way you want to do it. So here's what you can do. Create a, choose what the power buttons do. So let's click on this. And see this fast start? That's what keeps on those processes. In Windows 10 and so forth, when you shut down, it's not really a shutdown. Like I said, it's like a deep hibernation, and those processes stay on. So any issues that you had when you turned off your computer, you turn it back on, you're still going to have it. So if you want, you can uncheck this. Okay, so here you can't do it, so go back over here on top, change settings that are currently unavailable. So click on this. Okay, now you can do that, and at the bottom you can save the changes. And it's done. So anytime you power on your computer, it's like a restart also. So you don't have that issue where you have to turn it on and then some of the processes are messed up or something, and you have to do the restart. This way, you power off and then power on, and you're good to go. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.